Hey guys, what's going on? Megan here. Just got off for work. Alright, quick video on competition. You guys know I'm big on the mind, the brain, competition, testosterone, alpha, everything that has to do with becoming the ultimate you know, becoming master of yourself, conquering yourself. You know, Team 3D, right? Dominance, discipline, direction. The first one is what? Dominance, right? Just being dominant. And I made a video a while ago about how they show the effects of competition on the brain, right? How competition triggers the motor neurons that lead to the release of testosterone and various androgens and things like that. But they'll pretty much try to explain how your environment shapes your personality, right? If you're around a lot of if you're always exposed to competition, right? Or you're always in an environment where you got to be on your toes. Danger could happen to you at any time. You're taking risks. It shows that those people have, you know, relatively higher testosterone levels, right? And explain how it's one of the reasons why people in prison, you know, have these high T. It's not only is because, you know, some of them had high testosterone before they got there. I made a video about that. Some of them had high testosterone before they got there because the high testosterone led them to being aggressive. Not all of them. I'm not being general. You know, in some cases, somebody who has low testosterone is very, very is less likely to end up in prison because it's less likely to do risky things that would get him arrested. That's proven. But anyway, so and not only because of that, but while they're there, they're always on their toes. They're surrounded by competition. You know, you don't want to be weak. You don't want to be perceived as weak. So you know, everyone is a shark around you. So you're in that atmosphere of constant, you know, risk taking and competition, which also elevates, you know, testosterone levels. Which is, I mean, this stuff is proven, right? It's not even like a hypothesis, or whatever. And by the way, the fucking roid crowd that's gonna come here and start bitching about, oh, you know, little rises in T levels is not enough. Just shut the fuck up and get lost. Don't even comment on my shit. You know, just dislike and leave. We focusing on, you know, facts. Whether it's enough to make a big difference or not, I don't give a fuck, right? But like I said before, I'll much rather have my T levels go up by 0.005 than go up by 0. You get what I mean? So anyway, I want to make this video about competition. Competition. A lot of people preach, you know, don't let anybody tell you, oh, compete against yourself, don't compete against other people, things like that. Even I used to preach that at one point, right? Because I used to believe that at one point. And I got to realize that it is pure bullshit, right? And if I ever told you that before, then no. Now I'm telling you, no. Compete against others, right? Compete. When I say compete, I don't mean like, oh, go out try to kill people and shit, but always be in a state of competition where you're always trying to outdo, right? A lot of people are gonna go against that, say, no, that's a sign of insecurity. That's a sign. That's an ego. You damn right, that's ego, nigga. That's what makes men, right? I hate people that try to dumb down, that try to feminize a male society by taking away the very things that make us men, the very things that make us fucking alpha. Competition, you know, to tell you, if you compete, oh, this dude is insecure, he has a big ego. Big egos are what shaped fucking civilizations. Big egos is what made people become kings and make people conquer fucking territories and shit. Big egos is why you go to the gym and try to get stronger every fucking day. It's not just for your health. You just want to be, I put that say, I want to be healthy. You just want to be healthy, you just do fucking push-ups and shit, right? If you go to the gym and you push iron, you bench press heavy, you squat, you do all these painful things, at least 2% of that is ego. I don't give a fuck, right? If you don't have an ego, you won't even want to do anything. You just want to stay home and be a fucking loser, right? So do not, I made a video about that a long time ago too. Don't let people tell you to get rid of your ego, right? You need your ego. Too much of it is bad. When you start thinking that you're better than others and shit, that's where you have a problem. But you need enough just to make you get out of the average zone, right? You need enough ego to push you out of that mediocre zone, right? Because somebody, if you remove a male's ego, he's gonna be mediocre. That's one. He's gonna stay mediocre, right? You need that extra push, and that comes a lot from your testicles, guys. That comes your testosterone. So makes you want to be better than the next guy. So don't let anyone tell you stop competing. You know, don't compete against other people. You know, you need to compete against other people. Let's be honest, right? The reason why a lot of us started bodybuilding is because we saw a jacked dude. You go to the gym, you see a guy with a big ass chest, your brain starts firing. What do you think? Man, I want to get my chest that big. You went to the gym and saw a guy with huge arms, and you were like, man, I want to get my arms that big. So indirectly, you're competing. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be better than somebody else, as long as you don't, you don't try to kick the person down. Like, hey, you said no. There's nothing wrong with seeing somebody bigger or seeing somebody accomplish greatness and wanting to do better or, the same or or more. There's nothing wrong with that, right? So don't just, and the reason why I say don't just compete with you, compete with others, is because it sets the bar higher. If you only compete with yourself, first of all, most people that say that actually fucking lying. Everyone's competing with. I mean, even one of my favorite bodybuilders, Sky Green, always says, "I just try to be the best me on stage. I'm not trying to be so and so." That's a fucking lie, right? Because if you're just trying to beat yourself, let's say you're level 10. Let's use video game example. Let's say you're level 10. You try to beat yourself. You train only hard enough to be level 11. But look at somebody else who's level 10 and competes against a level 20 dude, and he gonna work hard as fuck to try to get to at least 19 or 18, you know? So when you compete against other people, it allows you to set the bar higher. And we all know the higher you set the bar, the better off you be, even if you do fail, right? I gave you that example 2 years ago when I said I believe in the cheetah and turtle philosophy. I invented this crazy philosophy where I said the turtle that trains to beat the cheetah in a race is gonna be faster than the turtle who trained to beat other turtles, right? Let's say you have this fucking racing competition in the animal world, and the turtles are trying to race against each other, like, yeah, turtle race, right? So they're all gonna train just to be fast enough to beat the fastest turtle, right? But let's say you have this crazy motherfucking turtle who has dreams, beyond this fucking planet, and thinks, I want to beat a cheetah one day. Obviously, we know it's impossible, right? It's impossible that he's gonna beat a cheetah, but he's gonna train harder than all these other fucking turtles who are just trying to beat turtles. You get what I mean? I'm not gonna confuse you. The higher you set the bar, the better off you'll be, even if you do fail. You know, a lot of people say if you reach for the stars, at least if you fail, you'll be at the sky, some dumb shit, whatever. But they have a point. Set your dreams high, and that's why some people compete against others, not just yourself, right? Yes, you want to be a better you, but when you're competing against somebody 10 times bigger than you, you're gonna surpass what you would have accomplished if you were only competing against yourself, right? Because if you compete against yourself, you're limited to the level that you're at now. Back to the level 10 thing. If you're level 10, competing against yourself, the most, you're gonna work hard enough just to be level 11 or 12 and be happy with that. Fuck that. If you're level 10, compete against the level 80 motherfuckers. And I guarantee you, right? That's why when I started working with Matt, you guys remember when he was skinny as fuck? We were like, okay, how much muscle can a person put on realistically, right? And then we added 10 to that number. We knew it was impossible, right? Impossible with quotes. But we knew the higher we set the mark, the harder we'll try. And eventually, look what happened to Matt. Look how much Matt blew up. So don't set these little bitchy goals. Like, I just want to be a better me. I just want to, no. Be the fucking Omega you. Be a fucking Super Saiyan. You get what I mean, right? Activate, Bankai, Kaioken, whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? Transcend. So once again, I'm gonna leave this video off with that. Don't just compete against yourself. Compete against others. There's nothing wrong with that. I compete against others all the time. If I go on YouTube and I see, oh man, I got 20,000 subs. That's not enough. When I started the channel, I had like what 10, 12 subs. And I remember the day I got 88 subs. It was the best day of my life. Oh my god, I got 88 subscribers. I was so happy. But in my mind, I was like, man, I want a lot of fucking subs, right? Because I would see other channels and I'm like, if they could do it, I could do it. That's not being cocky or arrogant. It's just having faith in yourself. And the day I got to 100, I was happy as fuck. Actually, I got to 500, and I was like, oh shit, 500 subs. Make a long story short, I'm at 21,000 now, thanks to the alphas all over the world out there, and the help from POG, the twins, Flex for all these guys who supported me. But if I didn't have that dream in my head to reach 1 million, if not 1 billion, I never would have been where I'm at now. You get what I mean, guys? So don't try to compete against yourself, right? When I was at 88, if I was competing against myself, I would have got 89 or 90, right? But I set the bar high. Set the bar high, guys. Compete against other people. Whatever it is that you want to excel in, find someone who's better than you and fucking set a goal to surpass that person. I always say, you guys remember, I always say, other people see greatness and applaud. I see greatness and set goals. Let's get it, guys. I'm out. Hey guys, what's going on? Megan here. Quick video. I haven't made a lot of videos this week, by the way, but just trying to get this out the way from a Q&A. Got a subscriber asking, and I felt the need to make this video really quickly, even today is not really a video making day, because I really understood where he was coming from. He says, why is it so hard to lose fat? That's